The man looked straight at Terrell and flat out told him that the government has communication and are indeed in contact with beings not from this earth. One morning not long after, Terrell Copeland, a United States Marine veteran, can't be readily written off as an unreliable eyewitness, which makes his claims about aliens even more difficult to refute. The former U.S. Marine from Virginia claimed to have seen many UFOs in recent years, and even went inside one of the crafts. His first sighting happened when he was just 15 years old. This was around 1997, and before he joined the Marine Corps. He had set his mind to join the military from a very early age. Unfortunately, he was found to have a rare blood condition that he had contracted because of a muscle injury just after a few years served. Because of this disease, he had to end his career in the military and soon started working as a forklift driver in a storage building in his hometown in Suffolk. It was after a shift at this new job that he had a sighting that he considered to be the first in a strange connected string of events that unfolded soon afterwards. One late night in Suffolk after his shift had ended on October 24th, in 2005, a triangular-shaped flying object was observed hovering over the retail area. It was almost completely motionless. He also noticed a jet maneuvering within its vicinity at an altitude of about 15,000 feet. 3 nights after this, he saw another incident that he felt was connected to the first. He was driving close to a grocery center and saw a strange light up close. It was hovering right over the center. He then proceeded to the parking lot to have a closer look. An object was inside the light. The first thought that ran through his mind was that this could perhaps be a stealth bomber craft. But it could not have been, because this craft was much smaller than a stealth bomber. It moved very slowly. He estimated that it took about 7 minutes for this craft to move from one side of the parking area to the opposite side. Copeland remembered having the unsettling airborne look cause him to feel as though something was off, and that he shouldn't be seeing it. He has stated that another encounter happened in 2007. At this time, he was at his apartment when a strange noise got his attention. He felt compelled to look outside his window. He described what he saw as an orb of light, a large ball of light that was moving very slowly. It was completely white, and another light was 300 feet above ground and immediately across the street from it. It was rapidly changing colors. But some even more strange events unfolded not long after he posted a video of the incident online. This video has since then, for some reason, been removed. Strange occurrences began soon after he posted the video. He first received a knock on the door one day and saw an enigmatic figure approach him. He introduced himself as a military contractor, and after doing some small talk, he started to ask questions of a more personal nature about his childhood, parents, and upbringing. This made him feel a bit uneasy, but it was the message that this man said upon leaving that really left him in shock. The man looked straight at Terrell and flat out told him that the government has communication and are indeed in contact with beings not from this earth. One morning not long after, the sound of someone attempting to enter his flat startled him awake. He then said, "Who is it?" There was no response. The door handle was moving, and it appeared like somebody was clawing at the door. Terrell also maintained a gun. He found it on his desk and decided to get up to investigate. Copeland wanted to stand up, but he was immobilized and could only move his head. He could look up and down, side to side, and was able to have rational thought and speak. but from his head down, he would lose all motor abilities of his body. He then heard a flat-sounding, non-descriptive voice. "You won't need that weapon," someone suddenly said to him through the door. "We won't harm." The episode undoubtedly mirrored the common occurrence of sleep paralysis, a natural condition. Copeland soon started to suffer from lost hours as well. He was unable to account for 4 hours of awake time over the course of 2 nights. This type of circumstance of lost time seems to often be interlinked with UFO sightings, and especially in the case of alien abductions. When you have no recollection of what you were doing or your whereabouts for a particular time window. Copeland said that his recollection of the events that had occurred during his moments of missing time started to return as soon as he began to keep a journal of notes and sketches. He claimed to have seen a woman in a chamber of sorts while he was abducted during one of his missing hours. She lacked all of the attributes of a human being. She had the renowned black eyes that was a bit oval in shape, and her skull was elongated. And I was shocked by that. The next thing I remembered was being on my balcony and waving to a cylinder-shaped craft. He soon became wildly known in the UFO community and was flooded by messages and people who have been through very similar experiences and even abductions. You have to say to yourself, maybe there is something to this. When you see these objects and start your own investigations, you quickly realize that there are so many other individuals who have seen the same things as you, he added. On the last Saturday of February in 2008, he experienced another abduction. He recalls that he fell asleep on his couch, but then woke up in what appeared to be a large dining hall. Everything was completely white, and he could see lots of tables spread out in the room. At these tables, there appeared to be humans that were eating. He was still in his same bedclothes and first thought that this must be some kind of a dream. What made him question if this was maybe more than just a dream was when he later noticed that the speakers he kept on his window ledges had been moved. He found them in a position that made no sense. They were in a place that he himself would never have put them. The only conclusion he could make of this is that whatever they were that took him must have done so through the window. Copeland's extraterrestrial experiences, which were documented on the History Channel, continues to be as shocking and speculative as any other reports of alien abductions. One very interesting fact is that the very rare blood disease that Terrell had acquired was confirmed by doctors that he visited while filming the series on History Channel, and they said that this ailment is surprisingly common among alien abductees. Could this indicate that Terrell actually had been abducted, unbeknownst to him, even before he was serving in the military? Copeland claimed that his experiences was ultimately for the best and has motivated him to be a better person. His interaction with aliens had a profound spiritual impact. He said, "I must be doing something right if someone from above takes notice of me. And if I'm doing something well, I might perhaps be able to do it even better." He thinks that these extraterrestrial beings will reveal themselves and intervene in human affairs. We as a human species need to get off our high horses. He believed that it is only a matter of time before this will be a known fact, and we need to be prepared, because change is coming.